the fish, the cattle, the sea, the earth. I'm still working on that fishing thing. Because see, I keep trying to convince myself, look, boy, I got dominion over you fish. I'm still walking out my faith and my salvation, you know. Because I get in that boat and I say, I'm taking authority over you today. And some of them look at me and go, ha, ha, ha. But I'm telling you, the more I know who I am, the more I'm going to take dominion. What good is it to go fishing and not bring nothing home? So watch this. Here's the four things I want to get, and I'm about to show you something. God had blessing and glory, honor, power, dominion. And He made man. Go to Psalm chapter 8. Here we go. Oh, my, my, my. Psalm chapter 8. Can I keep going? Y'all with me?
Yes.
I'm setting you up. Now, I grew up in church. And how many of you know everything you hear in church doesn't mean it's God? Dear Lord, I tell people, bring your Bible to church. Don't believe everything that comes out of the pulpit just because it comes out of the pulpit. You're setting yourself up for some problems down the road. Because I've been in this 43 years and there's a whole lot of stuff coming out of the pulpit that's man-centered, not Christ-centered. It's religious in nature. It has all the form that looks like God, but no power to bring deliverance. I want to be where there's power and glory and honor and dominion manifesting. So watch this. We already know what God's got, all that it's in Him. Psalm chapter 8. I'm going to show you this. Psalm chapter 8 here, the subject isn't God. The subject is man. Now you keep in mind all the scriptures I just read to you and you followed. Now follow with me. Psalm 8 verse 1. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glory above the heavens. Now look at verse 2. Out of the mouth of babes and sucklings hast you ordained strength. The better translation says praise. Watch this. Because of my enemies. It's sad that we are so emotional and led by our senses that how our week went dictates how we praise.
Come on.
Well, I don't feel like it. Well, the choir didn't sing my number. So what you're telling me is praise is about you. Not Him. Don't you dare come into a church where they did their job and you walk out and say, I just didn't feel God today. Can I tell you why you didn't feel Him? Because the Bible said God inhabits the what? Praise. The Bible calls praise a garment. So the very garment you refused to put on was the thing He was in. And then you're going to go out and blame the choir or the preacher. Yeah. He's in the thing we didn't put on. You go into little children's church in most churches, and them little kids will shout and dance and beat on tambourines, and then see what we do is we train them, we cripple them to become an adult. The church is crippled by adultism. That's why so many times Jesus said, you got to be like a little child. A little child, let me tell you a characteristic of a little child. You ever had your little child out in the front yard with the next door neighbor, their little best friend, and they're playing and all of a sudden you hear an argument start? And you go screen door and you look out the front door. We got screen doors in Oklahoma. You look out the front door and they're at it now. And one of them picking up their little Tonka toys and the other one and this is what they say. You ain't my friend no more? I don't like you, I'm going home. Just like church folk. But here's the deal. An hour later, they're back out playing, and now the parents are carrying it on for a month.
That is so true.
Listen to the NIV of this. Through the praise of children and infants. Oh, this is incredible in the NIV. Through the praise of children and infants, you have established a stronghold against your enemies.
That's good.
Whoo! To silence the avenger. Your praise puts up a stronghold between you and the avenger and the attack against you. That's how powerful it is. But you got to get back to being like a little child in your praise.
Yeah.
Contemporary English version says this way: with praise from children and tiny infants, you have built a fortress that makes your enemies silent. And all who turn against you are left speechless. Whew, glory be to God. Woo! Just start praising. Then can I help you? You don't have to wait till Sunday to do it. I haven't had no choir. I didn't have no Hammond B3, and I've been praising in my hotel room for 2 days. Sometimes I got loud enough that I was wondering if the people next door was going to be offended. And then I thought, you know what? Maybe they ain't never heard it. Hallelujah! Glory to God! There's enough sounds in hotel rooms. Let's bring some good stuff in there. All right, watch this. Verse 3. When I consider the heavens. Oh, this is what messed me up the last 2 days. When I consider the heavens, the works of thy fingers, the moon and the stars which you have ordained, what is man? That you are mindful of him, and the Son of Man that you visiteth him. You ready for this? The word mindful. When the question was asked to God, why are you so mindful of man? The one that asked him the question is looking at the heavens. He's looking at creation. He's looking at the stars. He's looking at galaxies and moons and stars. And he looks at that, and then he looks at man. He said, God, why are you so mindful of him in comparison to what you did? Right. The word mindful in the Hebrew is powerful. It says this: what makes him so important that your mind is full of him? Yes. And then I remembered something, church. Write it down. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Yeah. Listen, I don't care what your mama said about you. I don't care what the school ground kids said about you. I don't care what your employer said about you. All I want to know is, what does my papa say about me? I don't live my life on what other people say about me, like or don't like. Well, I don't like the way you wear your beard. It ain't your beard, huh? Well, you know, I just don't like prophetess's hair. It ain't your hair. Isn't it amazing how we judge everything? Oh my God. So listen to what he says. Why are you thinking about him all the time? Now listen to this. Write this down. Psalm 144 verse 3. More confirmation. Lord, what is man that you take knowledge of him? Or the Son of Man that you makest account of him? So watch this. Here's the second verse. Someone saying, God, what's this whole man deal? Why are you so wrapped up in him? But you know what I love about Jeremiah 29 and 11? This is what Jeremiah the prophet said. God said, I know. You might not know what I think about you yet, but I sent someone from Oklahoma to let you know. Amen. I know the thoughts I think towards you, says the Lord. Good, honorable, powerful, great thoughts. And then watch this. And that you'll reach your expected end. What is that expected end? You fulfilling your purpose on the earth. And I know, if you're religious, I'm about to offend you. Your expected end ain't heaven. Come on. Matter of fact, since you went there, I'm going to go there. Heaven is not even your destiny. It's a destination. Your destiny is to find out who you are and why you are here and do it. And then I don't know about you, but I said, God, who asked you that question? Y'all curious? Because I mean, you look at that book, Psalm, you might think, well, maybe it was David, maybe it was who this was. Right. No. Are you ready for this? I found a verse I had never found. Yesterday. If I read over it and I missed it. Can I give it to you? What I'm about to give you, don't tell nobody. You make a Baptist shout. Watch this. Hebrews 2.
Yes.
Hebrews 2. Verse 5 and 6. Because I want to know, God, who asked you that question in that Messianic Psalm, Psalm 8? Who asked you that question in Psalm 144? And then we get over the New Testament, look what it says. Hebrews 2, verse 5 and 6. For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. Verse 6. But one in a certain place testified, saying, put the two verses together. Look who asked God the question, an angel.
That's good.
Wow, not David, an angel looking at creation. Angels created beings, y'all know that. Listen, this created angelic being is looking at the universe, he's looking at creation, and he said, sir, can I ask you a question?
Right.
I look at all of this, and we can't even speak about it. But none of your attention is on that.
Yeah, come on.
But it's all on that guy right there. And I want to know why